Going on, guys? It's Deborah J here. Just want to do a review for Toxic Commando. I'm playing it a lot recently. Just wanted to get my final thoughts after beating the game on the all difficulties and stuff. Um, I think the game is fine. No, it's not a bad game by any means. I wouldn't say it's what I was expecting, but it's fine. It's not too bad. Uh, Not really a fan of the semi-open world. I feel like it should just be like pretty straightforward linear, like it usually is for most zombie games, or it should be like a full open world. The gunplay's fine, you know. I do feel like the SMGs kind of felt the same. Uh, the shotguns felt a bit different, pistols felt different, some of the ARs felt different, so it's not too bad. The story, um, wasn't the greatest. I wasn't really a fan of the story. I think it set up really well in the first mission, the drop. For how it progressed, I thought it was pretty bad. Um, the gun camos were awful. There was no collectibles, no like explore like good reason to like explore. Like every map has like question marks on it, but there was no like actual like good collectibles or like Easter eggs or anything worth searching. It's just a spare part or camos or some sort of resource, but the resources were for like camos and like horns and like skins for your like vehicles, and honestly they were all pretty bad, I can't lie. Um my favorite map was probably uh final map, the pit or the drop, and I think that's purely because the they changed the gameplay loop a little bit by like take you to like elevators and then you'd go up and you would go do something different, and like the final mission you go in the truck and don't want to spoil, but uh, like you do other stuff than just going around the circle in the same area, which is like uh, it's the same for the rest of the maps. Um, I was a bit. It was a bit of a shame that after the second match on the Church of the Damned, the gameplay felt the exact same all the way through. Like Church of the Damned literally gave you everything, and then it felt like nothing. Like there was like no like progressively like different enemies or anything, and that was very very disappointing. Um, no like cool boss fights or anything. Uh, yeah. So the replay value was pretty bad. I can't lie. Um, the enemy types have felt boring. They weren't memorable at all. Like I didn't notice the difference between a slob and a goon for like mission 3 or 4. I thought they were the same thing. Everything just looks the same with like a blister on it. There's no flying enemies, even though the big boss is like a flying enemy. There was no flying enemies. I feel like they could have did like some stranger things or like some alien things, and they could be like bats or like they could be like mini flying like squid things or whatever. So that was also disappointing. The enemy types is skunk, which is like a gas man, a nuker, which is like a suicide bomber, a goon, which is like a charger, a stalker, which is like it shoots. It's like a ranged enemy. There's a snare that pops out of the ground like a trap spider and it'll grab you and then ensnare you like a smoker. There's a slob, which is like a tank. Um, and then there's like plants or uh, like vines or whatever. And there's 3 different types. A blaster, it shoots like a beam, a whacker that it whacks you, and then there's a spike, which it spikes you. Um, yeah, they weren't that cool, weren't that memorable. Nothing like compared to like Left 4 Dead. You know, think of Left 4 Dead, you think of like the unique enemies and how like they are really memorable. I don't think that game had this. Maybe if they changed the look of the designs. Um, but yeah, and the final boss was very mid too. I felt like the build up to the final boss was cool, but when you actually get to the boss room, like there's this massive room just for like this one thing that can chase you, and do think that thing that chases you is way too fast. It can it wasn't too bad on like hard, but on very hard when it like one hits you from across the fucking map, across the area. It's kind of annoying. because you can't like get away from it. Like it can keep up with you like ridiculous. Like I played in my first attempt done very hard. We actually lost because it just wiped us, and it's not even like it's that strong. It's just that fast. So that was kind of annoying. My experience overall with the game was pretty good. It wasn't like I said, it's fine. Compared to like other zombie games, like I've played a lot of zombie games. I played like Left 4 Dead, Days Gone, Last of Us, Dying Light, Resident Evil, Dead Rising, Call of Duties, World War Z, Zombie Army, Red Dead, Zombie Game, Saints Row 2, Zombie Mode. Pretty much everything other than like I don't know, like Dead Island. I don't know if I played that. I can't lie. Um, it was a bit of a shame that it didn't take. I'll tell you what I expected. What I expected was a Days Gone co-op, full story mode, open world. Now that's what I when I watched the trailers, that's the kind of vibe I got. Um, but it wasn't like that at all, which is like I said, it was a bit of a shame. So I think I put my expectations a little bit too high. Um, I expected like a full open world. We have to jump in the car together, and then we go to the mission, and from the base, not just like find a lobby and well, it's 2026. I thought we were past that. Because it's like obviously there's decades of like zombie games, there's MMOs, there's survivals, there's open worlds, you know, there's like movies, TV series. It's 2026. I was really expecting like a new innovative zombie experience. You know, why does it have to be like 4 players? Why not five? Why not six? Why not be like World of Warcraft slash Days Gone slash um World War Z or Daisy or whatever, like Walking Dead, and all of them like fuse together, and you have like your own gang, and other people have other gangs, and it could be like, it could be like a dark area, like Division 2, like, and it's fully survival, and like that side of things has like all the zombies going on. Like there's like a really like hard infested level area, and then the rest of the map is like fully open world, like a Red Dead Redemption. And like obviously there'll be like world events, and there'll be like um NPCs that we can help. That's kind of what I was expecting, or what I'm wishing for zombie games in the future, should I say? Because uh, this was clearly not it. Um, Maybe it's because of the high I got from Resident Evil 9. You know, maybe the expectations from that, I just put it too high. Um, Although I will say £30 for the game is a fair price. Uh, I think you do get the £30 worth. If this was like a £60 game, then I would probably be like ripping into it like pretty badly. But for a £30 game, it's not that bad. I do think it's a bit short. Only 9 missions is underwhelming as hell. Um, would I recommend it to non-zombie players, like zombie game players? Probably not. I'm still waiting for the day zombie games like evolve and like stop becoming the norm of just 4 players in an area, you know, doing some bullshit battery or charging up something and then fighting off a few waves. I feel like we could be more innovative and just do a lot more. I feel like I said, with all the media for zombies, like in the past and what's out there, I feel like, and not just zombies, like there's GTA, there's Elden Ring, there's World of Warcraft. Like there's so many stuff out there, different medias that could be incorporated into like a perfect zombie game, and I just feel like we haven't got that yet. But I will say, like I said, the price is pretty fair. I probably will play the DLC just to give it a chance. I don't know what they'll do different. Maybe they'll do another game difficulty, a master mode or something like insane mode, or you know, hopefully they like added like another boss or something. Like even Back 4 Blood had like the ogre, and like I felt like that was more memorable and better than the final boss in this. And it's a shame that the final boss is the only real boss. Um, I guess there was one. I can't remember what map. It might have been Catch and Kill where you ensnare like a slob and like a big slob, and but he's like stuck most of the time, and you just got to shoot him while you're getting attacked by waves, and it's whatever. It's not that good. Like I said, I wish the enemies were a bit different. I wish the bosses were had more bosses. I just felt like it was better, just overall. I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Like I said, it's not bad. It's it's just fine. You know, it's just a generic zombie game. The only difference really was like the winch and the semi-open world. But like I said, I'm not really a fan of the semi-open world, so uh, I'd rather them just do a full open world, or at least, or should, like, commit to that. Um, Church of the Damned, like I said, the second mission was just, it literally gave you everything, and then after that was nothing to look forward to. So you expect the game to get progressively better, in like even in Zombie Army, like, you know it progressively brought in new enemies. Like it'd be like suicide bombers, and then a mission later it'd be like skeletons, and then like a mission later it'd be like, you know, like a machine, like the big machine gun zombie, or the flamethrower zombie, or the chainsaw zombie, or the armored zombies. Um, yeah, um, yeah. This game didn't do that. I really think games it just shouldn't just give you everything all at once. Should drip feed you a little bit, because like I said, it just felt like the game didn't go anywhere after that. But yeah, this is just my review of the game. Uh, like I said, it's not a bad game. It's just all right. 6.5, and yeah, that's about it. Peace.